It was a slow week at the comic shop for me this week. Only 3 books on my pull list, but I picked up a few extra just for the heck of it. The first thing I got this week is Terry Moore's Rachel Rising. I buy Terry Moore's stuff all the time. I started back with Strangers in Paradise, and though I didn't buy that one regularly at first, I have most of the issues. Then I moved on to Echo that he came out with a few years ago, and Rachel Rising's been the one he's been doing for 25 issues. It's a horror story. It's pretty fun. Witches and ghosts come back from the past to some small town, and hijinks happen. It's got some nice covers from this too. I like, look at that, there's a skull in the tree over there, and the tree seems to be made up of something weird. Part black and white, part color. At least on the cover, the interiors are all black and white. Yeah, but it's been a good series. I'll be buying this to the end, whenever that might be. Next is Deadly Class number 4. Bit of a weird cover on this one. I guess they're all driving into Vegas, and that's a rear view mirror as they drive in. You know, I didn't even really look at this cover before. They've got their eyes wide open, and one woman's got a Day of Death mask on in the background there. I don't know what this cover is really supposed to say about anything, but it's alright. Deadly Class is one of those books that I like better than its description. It's a book about a high school that trains assassins. That just sounds dumb. But in the end, I like it, and it made my pull list, so we'll see where it goes for a few more issues. The third book on my pull list this week was Egos, Earth Galactic Operatives. This is sort of a sci-fi superhero book. It takes place in the future. There used to be a super team named Egos, science heroes who took care of all sorts of problems in the galaxy. Then they're gone, now they're being rebuilt, and it's all sorts of strange backstory going on. It's a fun book. Don't have a whole lot to say about it. Let's look at that cover. That's a pretty well drawn cover. I like that one. Some sort of worm monsters and heroes facing off against them. It's not quite a guys just standing there cover, but it almost is. And wish there was a little more going on in it, because I'm not a huge fan of guys just standing there cover. Oh well, it'll be a good read. And this is the number 1 issue I picked up this week to check out and see how it is. Southern Bastards. I read a preview of it a couple of months ago in one of my regular books. I can't even remember which book. I can't really remember what it was about, but I remember reading it and going, I'll give the first issue a try. Why not? So here it is. I'm going to give the first issue a try. I'll let you know if it makes the cut or not. And then this week, because I was also short on stuff, I bought a couple of blank variant covers. I bought the Hulk number 1 blank cover and Amazing Spider-Man number 1 blank cover. I usually don't buy either of those books, but I buy the blank covers because I like to draw on them. Yeah, I'm an artist, so I do my own pictures on them. It's kind of a fun thing. I'll have to show them to you sometime. I'm working on one right now, but I do my own thing with them. I don't always draw, like I have no interest in drawing an Amazing Spider-Man picture on this cover, so I'll draw my own weird thing. But I'll have to show you that some other time. Because I don't buy many back issues of anything, I figured I'd pull something off my shelf that you've probably never seen before, just to show you. Now, I've been buying a lot of small press and indie books for a long time now. So I got a lot of stuff on my shelf that I guess you'd call it rare, but no one really even knows it exists because it's not popular at all. Here's a book that came out during the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles black and white boom of the mid to late 80s. It's called Night Streets. and I haven't read it in a lot of years, but I always kind of liked it. It was this. It was sort of a ground level crime comic with that took place between factions of criminals. And the one weird thing is, see this cat guy up there? He was a criminal boss of some kind. It was pretty much a straightforward crime comic story, except that one of the criminal bosses was a 7-foot tall cat. I don't remember them ever explaining it, but overall, it was. I remember enjoying this book. I'm gonna have to go back and read it sometime because I haven't read it in 15 years. I've got 5 issues of it. There's 1 and 2. There's 3. And there's 4. As you can see, the covers are pretty nice. Painted covers back in 1986, 1987 was fairly rare. It's got a decent little logo there. I think it was written and drawn by somebody named Mark Bloodworth, who I don't know at all except from this book. And the insides were, let me open up issue 5 for you. In black and white. And not, they weren't Marvel and DC quality insides. But the guy told a decent little story. There's the covered issue 5. And there's just a weird little thing you've probably never seen before, because who has them but me? I don't know. Alright, we'll catch you next week. Over and out.